Yeah, it's raining. It comes and goes in different waves. There's a big wave over in Wanchai. We just had a big blast, that's why I pulled up the umbrella. And now it's sort of chilled out a bit. But it is definitely raining. And I'm getting wet. So let's go up the mountain here to the next observation hole. No, today I had so much work to do at home. I had a chicken salad at home. Pretty boring. A little lettuce, a little chicken, a little salad dressing. 3 red fried wontons, of course. Fried dumplings. Well, they're not exactly the best things for you. There's a lot of grease to inhale. Well, let's get up this right. I got mosquito bites already because I stopped so long to get my phone fixed. Some bugs came after me, which is not pleasant. There's a lot of rain down there. That's the big blast of rain that just hit me. You can see it sheeting, sheets of rain down there. I don't eat shark. But I'm a little bit protected. But down there, they're getting the heavy stuff. Now that just blew through this part of the jungle about 2 minutes ago, just when I just sort of starting the scope. And now it's over central Hong Kong. But it's blowing, the storms are blowing in from the south, heading up, so we're looking to the north. So the area that we're in doesn't have it as bad as those folks down there. So we're going to see some waterfalls up here today, I think, given all the runoff that we're going to have coming off the mountain. We really need to come through here and hack back these weeds. It's kind of growing over the path now. Should report that later. It's not an independent state, it is an autonomous government within China. So it has its own legal system inside of China. We are not a country. We are just a city inside a bigger country. Yeah, the Typhoon Signal Flag 3 has been hoisted. That means kindergarten kids are ordered out of the schools and back home. My kids will still come back because they don't go home until there's a Typhoon 8. Because China claims whatever it wants. They're not bound by the dictates of college-level philosophy. They're bound by whatever they want. And in some parts it is still very communistic. There are these state-owned enterprises that have lots of employees that rely on them for benefits and housing and other things. Even though those state-owned enterprises compete in the capitalistic world, they still provide communist-level services and oversight to a lot of people. Hey Bordeaux, bonjour. So we are going uphill. Still raining here for the next 10 days probably. We have rain in the forecast at least like 5 or 6 more days. You're going to be wet. Hey, thanks for the heart. Signal gets a little wonky here as we go around this little hairpin. Sometimes the signal gets wonky, but I keep broadcasting. It shouldn't last more than a few seconds. Whew. Guess I just have to get through it quicker. Ah, frick. Ugh. I just took a tree to the face. Ah. Soaking wet. Typhoon 3 has been issued at 12:40. Okay, the T3 signal flag. I just got the alert on my phone. We are in a Typhoon 3 now. Typhoon 8 will shut down the city. That's the next level. But I don't think we're going to get to a Typhoon 8. This storm is going to peter out because it's kind of stuck over Hainan Island right now, over by Vietnam. And as a result, it's weakening quite a bit. Where do we go? We go up. Man, I really took a face full of that tree. It was all wet too. That really sucked. I have my wet shoes on today, as I've had my wet shoes on most of this week. Typhoon 8 is a named storm within a certain distance of Hong Kong. Rain warnings come in amber, red, and black. We had an amber rain warning last night. We didn't get to red or black. Black rain will shut the city down too. The kids will have to come home from school. Stores will close. Ferries will come to port. Had a lot of flooding the last day or two up in the northern areas where it's more rural. There's a lot bigger mountains. Nobody's died yet. Always a positive. Up. It's different, but it's also kind of the same. I mean, yeah, I'm walking through a tropical jungle, but later today I'm going to go to McDonald's or Burger King or Circle K or 7-Eleven. Kids are going to come home, we'll watch HBO. So it looks different, but it's also really kind of the same. In fact, I think that's what shocks a lot of people when they come here the first time. They're like, I could be in any major city in the U.S. It's like Honolulu. If you've ever been to Honolulu, you get off expecting, hula dancers and Moana and all that. And the first thing you see is like a Home Depot and a Best Buy. And you're just like, oh. So this is like tropical island San Diego. Stairs, great. God, I love stairs. It's funny, sometimes I'll be eating like a sandwich made on like white bread with wheat bread with mayonnaise and ham, lettuce from America, drinking a Coke, eating a bag of Ruffles, watching the Stanley Cup on TV. And then I look out the window and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in Asia, not in the US. So you can sometimes really lose it mentally. I mean, you just sort of zone out like I'm back home or something. Almost done. Then we'll have some really good views of the city if the clouds clear. Hey Mexico, I'm heading to the peak. Will I scope from Washington? Probably. But I'm not really sure about bandwidth in the US. That's the end of the path. Now we're to the road. Barker Road. Whew. Yeah, it's not, it's not a killer, but to do it while scoping, it's actually a bit of effort to talk and climb at the same time. Look at that, the clouds are clearing already. We are moving to the United States this summer. Yeah, for a few years at least, possibly longer. That'll be about a month from now, actually. I need to book the tickets. We're working on that today. Yeah, it's definitely good. So we'll get a view of the skyline in just a moment. They're starting to see the Bank of China. I'm moving back to Washington, D.C. My kids are in school in Washington, D.C., or will be in school next fall in Washington, D.C. I have to buy a house, though. I'm a dad. I do dad stuff. Yeah, really, we're moving back. My wife has some opportunities. We both have some opportunities career-wise in the U.S. that we need to pursue. And my kids have been accepted to a very, very good school in Washington, D.C., one that's difficult to match overseas. So we decided to give them a few years of American education in America. Guys, the signal might get a little wonky, but I will keep broadcasting, so if we get cut off, just come back. I'll keep going. I'm like an Energizer bunny. We just keep going. Look at that. All those clouds we saw when we were halfway up the mountain are gone now. They just blew right away. Yeah? Don't worry, we'll get that view again in a minute. There goes the signal. Not a parrot, I don't think. It's a cockatoo. There's a lot of cockatoos up here. There might be some parrots. I have a car, but we never drive. It's easier to walk everywhere in Hong Kong. There's no parking anyway. Everything's so convenient. I mean, there's stores and restaurants and doctors and hardware. You know, everything you need to live is just 10 minutes away. So why drive? Plus, gasoline is $8 US per gallon. Yeah, everything's getting crammed together. But they also have a lot of empty space. Whew. Whew. Well, nobody drives. There's only 500,000 cars for 7.4 million people. All the excess gas tax goes to pay for the subway system, which is probably one of the best subways in the world. The subway moves millions, 4 million, 5 million people a day, something like that. As a result of not driving, people here are walking a lot more and generally tend to be a lot fitter. There are not a lot of obese people here because we're not sitting in our car with a big gulp and a super value fries. This street is a residential street that only has a few very expensive houses. For example, this house here is 193 million US dollars. This is Hong Kong. This is not China. There are more car wrecks in the US than there are in Hong Kong. Hong Kong doesn't have a lot of cars. And people actually drive very defensively here in Hong Kong. Not so much in China itself. China's a little bit more insane. But Hong Kong is a little bit more civilized. Knock on wood as I walk around a blind corner. There is an imitation of a train system in DC, the metro system. It's cute, it's quaint, but it's nothing like a fully functional, high-speed, highly efficient train system like they have here in Hong Kong. The subways here move more, for less, more frequently, and make a huge profit every year. DC, sometimes you have to wait like 10, 15 minutes for a train. And then when it gets there, it's full or broken down or the escalator doesn't work. So any places like, I'd like to go more to Africa. I'd like to go to Rorke's Drift. Rorke's Drift in South Africa, which was a famous battle of the Zulu War after Sanwala, the total annihilation of a British column by the Zulu army. They then fought a battle at Rorke's Drift. And I would like to go to Rorke's Drift one day. If you've never seen the movie Zulu with Michael Caine, I'm sorry, you missed one of the great war movies of all time. So much so that the creators of Gladiator even lifted audio dialogue from Zulu and put it in the movie Gladiator. Zulu. That's a great movie. I think it's Michael Caine's first or second film. What if I present? So this place here was 42 million US dollars for the land, 42 million US, and then they built this gigantic sky platform and put 3 houses on top. The houses on top are going to go for about 100 million each. I've lived here 8 years, 100 million US. But you can rent this place next door for about 20,000 US a month, 20 grand American per month. I'll get you into that place. Those aren't hedges, that's a green wall they put in there. It's all buckets. They have planters that run the length of the building. Yeah, this one was 20,000. This one's about 15,000 US a month for about 1,500 square feet. 41 Barker Road. It is still raining. It will be raining for several days. There's our first car of the day. Probably our last, to be honest. Not a lot of cars up here as compared to the city down below. Should I go to Burger King or McDonald's? What do you guys think? They got both up here. The Burger King up here sells beer. So you can get a Whopper and a Carlsberg. Good night. BK Lounge. This one is like 25,000 US a month. It's just a pretty boring Burger King. Hey, Nigeria. So do you have a Nigeria replica kit yet? Have you got one of the Eagles soccer jerseys yet? They look pretty badass, don't they? We're even sold out here in Hong Kong. I tried to get one here in Hong Kong. They didn't have it. I've been to Nigeria. I've been to Lagos. I've been to Kaduna. And I've been to Abuja. I actually broke down in a car driving from Kaduna to Abuja. That was an experience. Sitting on the side of a Nigerian freeway with a broken down car as truck after truck filled with Coca-Cola bottles went flying by, the bottles occasionally falling off the truck and shattering. Until eventually a man walked in from a village, pulled out a little pipe that was connected to the carburetor and cleared out so much dirty accumulation that was inside the pipe of the carburetor. The car ran perfectly after that. We gave him some Naira, sent him on his way with our thanks. Fun stories of life. Well, the city's clearing up now. This, I think, is a wedding photo. Maybe not. The tram should be coming soon. Let's go show you the view. There's trees everywhere. Unfortunately, we're not even up to the top yet. I still have to climb a bit more. Oh, the tram's coming. Let's go watch the tram come down, filled with tourists, yeah? Everybody likes trains. So this is a funicular tram. One goes up, comes down, and you can just now see it coming down. He likes to hit his horn. I'm not on the tracks. Wedding photo. Oh, look at they're kissing. That was a good kiss. I got the kiss with the tram. He's doing the 5-point turn to go up. So they do wedding photos here all the time. It stopped raining at the moment. So we have a few minutes to climb up this hill before this truck comes up behind me. It has been raining hard. We have a typhoon. Oh, we're starting to see over into Kowloon right now as the skies are clearing more. Let's go up a bit. That is a tram stop. That is the Barker Road tram stop. I've been walking on Barker Road, but now I'm on a new road, making our way up to, I think, Finley Path. Yeah, Finley Path, F-I-N-D-L-A-Y Path. If you want to Google that, you can follow along. I had lunch at home. I made a salad, but I'm kind of getting some encouragement to go to Burger King. You guys want me to go to Burger King? Maybe we'll go to Burger King. Believe it or not, the steepest part of the hike is just ahead. People working today? Yes. I walk about 20,000 steps every day. It's about 10 miles. And even with walking that, I've actually gained a little weight lately because of all the stress I'm swallowing. It's very slippery. In fact, check out my Twitter. You can see a car sliding up a hill. Yesterday I filmed a car vainly trying to get up a hill. I'm glistening. It is really humid. I have little beads of sweat all over me. Yeah. And now's the uphill. This is the icky bit. This is like the slipperiest and the steepest bit of my climb. She had a smug face that said, yeah, I did that climb a while ago. We do walk a lot. It's more fun that way. You see more of life than you do from a car window. I'll try to scope in DC. I will be missing this. Though I did just discover there are Korean tacos in Washington, D.C. I found a Korean taco restaurant in Washington, D.C. So that's a good thing. D.C. Chinatown is pretty weak. Hey, next to the super hard. This is live. Oh, there's the tram. See, I told you. Funicular. One goes down, one comes up. Ta-da! We made it. We are at the peak. Why am I moving Hong Kong? Some job opportunities in the U.S. and my kids have been accepted to a very, very good school in the United States. Yeah, is there a crab in? Yeah, there are crabs there. At my house in Maryland, I can actually fish for crabs. I live on the bay. By the way, I'm probably going to sell that house, so if anybody wants to buy a waterfront property, hit me up on Twitter, Penguin6. Nice house on the water. You guys really want me to go to Burger King? All right. Let's go to Burger King. But first, let's look at all the desserts. We are moving back, yeah, in about a month we're moving back. Not exactly, we're not really excited about the move. We're excited about the kids' school quite a bit, but the concept of living in the United States again, after you lived in Hong Kong, living back in the U.S. is just, well, it's kind of a come down. It's kind of a chill. Yeah, kind of like, oh, bummer. I will be in D.C. Doesn't really smell. It smells like, actually it smells like all those cakes downstairs. Hi. Number 7, Coke Light, a large size. Stay here. Yeah. $5? Yep, octopus. Yeah, it's a really good school they're going to. Let me see the camera. Them? No, not really. That's my phone. No cash. I ordered the large size, so it's actually like an American medium. So that's $11 US for a beer and chicken wings. We're at a Burger King. I'm having difficulty with the Coke Light. There's my chicken. They do sell beer. This is an advanced civilization from the future. Ooh. Beer and Whoppers. Yeah, I told you. Society is very civilized. God, it looks like they had something killed my soda. Most of this stuff is not. Let's see. Drop my umbrella. Now my umbrella's opening. That's fun. Remember when opening an umbrella was bad luck? There's the view. I've lived here 8 years. Chinatown, D.C. doesn't really exist anymore. I don't know how I'm going to live without New Zealand fish and chips. Maybe I'll open a franchise. Get some ketchup. Hang on. Let's prop this up somehow. I need ketchup. It needs 2 hands to open the ketchup. Cost of living, some of the highest cost of living in the world. The average family in my son's international school spends $11,500 US per month on rent. I spend about $14 for a gallon of milk. Not Hong Kong? What's not Hong Kong? This? So we're at the Peak Tower. Milk is $14 a gallon, gas $8 a gallon. No. But we have very little crime. The city's a lot of fun. It's a great place to raise kids. Oh yeah, I'm going to Burger King. I am worried about my weight in the U.S. Significantly worried. there is crime. It'll save you, I don't know. If I open up a chain of New Zealand fish and chip shops. The tuition at the private school here is $25,000 US dollars per kid. Tuition in the US is $50,000 per kid. So, you gonna partner up with me? She's a sandwich here. These are pretty good. Of course, I miss Hong Kong. It's hard to leave this place. In fact, can you want a firearm? No, there's no need to. There's no crime. We had 24 murders last year for 7.4 million people. Yeah. Oh, what were they in DC? Gonna need patience in DC. That's had some weekends in Chicago. Yeah, if Chicago had 8 murders a year, Chicago would have the same murder rate as Hong Kong. Yeah, I'm gonna miss them too. These are so good. Yeah, I have to show you DC. That or I'll find a job. Coke Light is a Diet Coke. But it's not as sweet as Diet Coke. But in the UK and Europe, I'm moving to DC. What am I miss most about Hong Kong? Walking everywhere. And the ability to walk everywhere. Yeah, let me throw this away. Let's go outside, take a look at the view. Let me show you the view from the Burger King. Stupid camera. No, it doesn't really taste that much different. It's over here. Yeah, the clouds are right on top of the mountain. Can I see anything from over here? I don't think so. No, not really. Hello. Oh, the food here is much better in DC. Probably is one of the better Burger King views. You should see the McDonald's view. Alrighty, let's tell you what, we're going to end this scope right now, though, because we're going to go for our hike. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll come back a little bit later today. Hey, we're going to the toy markets when my kids get home. But that'll be in about 3 hours. We're going to go up to the toy markets and buy some stuff for my kids. That's going to be later today. I'll leave you with this shot of Hong Kong. And I hope to catch you again sometime. Bye-bye.